would be a great prank
That would be a
because
terrible prank. I
that
would
would be
shit
awesome.
my pants. I would, even if I knew.
I know that because that's my biggest fear. That's why I know it's such a good thing.
Yeah. If you ever did that to me, I'd kill you.
I'd kill myself.
Yeah. There'd be fighting words in there, definitely.
So I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Welcome everyone back to Intrusive Thoughts. Your man Jake and his other man's
EJ.
This is episode 17, so we appreciate you guys all coming back. Thank you for the likes, comments, and subscribing. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Feels like a whole new world.
2024, right?
Already explosions, drama in the world, sports drama.
Earthquakes, sports drama. You're right.
I think somewhere in like China there was like a tsunami or something like that, another earthquake. So a lot of shit's already happened.
Yeah.
But we're here now. We're here to focus on us and everything else in the world. How was the New Year's?
Oh, it was great.
Did you have your New Year's kiss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a good one.
There we go.
I had a good New Year's. I started off the New Year's right, man. I lit off a bunch of fireworks. That was fun. I ended up drinking pretty heavily New Year's Day, so New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time relaxing. I watched a movie I've wanted to watch for a while, Joker. Great movie.
Allie just watched that. How was it?
Great movie.
Don't you have to be a fan though of like DC in order to like really watch it?
No, you don't. But it is a crazy movie. The guy's deranged.
Who's the actor this time?
What's his name?
Because I know they switch actors a couple times, right?
Well, they switch actors in all the Marvel movies, but this guy is he's portraying the Joker. And when he's portraying the Joker, it's kind of just showing you the background of how the Joker came about.
Okay.
Because all the Batman movies, you just know that there's Batman, you know there's Joker, and you just don't know the story behind it.
That's true.
How Batman, well, you kind of know the story of how Batman became Batman.
Yeah.
But you don't know the story of how Joker became Joker.
Would you judge me if I said I don't even know either story?
You don't?
At all?
Mm.
I don't know like what it is. I just know like Gabriel Iglesias, he talked about it once and he said like some funny shit about it. But other than that, I've never been the fan of that. I've only got really into like Marvel.
Joke
during like COVID, so like that's like
Joaquin Phoenix is the guy's name.
Okay.
He is, dude. It was a great movie. He must have had to lose a lot of weight to do that movie. Cause
was he fat?
No, but the Joker in that movie was super skinny.
The Joker has to be skinny.
Yep.
Right. He looks like anorexic.
No, he was like skin and bones. Yeah. In the movie, he did a great job.
I guarantee there's some sort of suit that they put on to make it look like like to compress all the fat. There's no way you can just go straight to being like fit as hell.
Maybe.
That's just dangerous.
Yeah.
I've heard so many horror stories about like when you go to Hollywood, it's drugs, it's like so much stuff that's fake that really just allows you to look better on camera, but really you're dying inside.
We should make a movie.
What? Okay.
So
hold on. What kind of movie would you even want to start?
We're on live right now.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about going live earlier. We hit the gym. We're trying to 2024 New Year, new us. We were thinking about going live in the gym and showing you guys what we do instead of just being couch potatoes here. But I don't know.
That's kind of go well.
What?
The movie? It's what?
So the movie. We should make a movie.
Why would you even ever put me in front of a camera?
You're in front of a camera right now.
This is different though.
This is in front of a camera.
If you are trying to require me to read
a script,
just read, then perform it and then do it correctly, you're asking way too much. Honestly,
scratch the movie.
You've done acting, I haven't. You're telling me to be someone else? I can't even be myself. Like
you can be yourself. You're good.
Am I though?
Yeah, you're fine. You're right? Is he fine?
I think he's
I
twisting
think
my
he's good.
arm. You're twisting my arm a little bit.
I mean, all I gotta say is lights, camera, action. Go.
I'd shit my pants.
Nah.
I'd freeze.
There's nobody there. It's just a camera.
It's acting not yourself on camera. I don't like that. Like,
Oh, good. Well, getting back to the movie. Great movie.
It would have to be comedy because that's the only way I would enjoy it.
Okay.
There's no way I could get into drama.
So
I don't like horror.
So new year, new you. Let's start an acting career.
I'm good. You need to go to acting school, and no, I'm not going to let you teach me.
You don't have to.
I wouldn't listen.
You
Honestly.
don't have to go to acting school.
You do. To be good, or I could just be part of a.
To be good, you just got to be able to listen to a director.
Put me on like a, I don't know, beer commercial. Just put me in a commercial. So let's
beer
start with that.
commercial?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Bud Light, but that would have been
Eh,
risque.
Maybe Coors Light.
That's even piss. So whoever drinks Coors Light, sorry, you just drink piss all the time. Not saying I drink Bud Light. No, I don't.
It's water.
I drink Corona. That's Mexican piss. That's more valuable.
Maybe.
Dude, I swear to God,
Well-
international beers get you more drunk. 100%.
Why?
You're asking the
Well,
wrong guy.
when you were in Mexico, you had 3 beers and it got you lit.
No. How dare you assume 3 beers would get me lit? It's
It was
I-
2.
damn, he caught me. No, it's I don't know. It's made better. The coffee tastes better. The beer tastes better. Just everything.
So I've been to Mexico once.
Okay.
And there's something here, Negra Modelo.
Yeah.
And it comes with a gold foil around the top of
I've
it.
had it once. It tastes like
Yes.
any other beer,
Well,
like Dos Equis.
like you're
actually.
saying, international beers. In Mexico, they have multiple different types of Negra Modelo,
Yes.
and here they don't send the black foil ones here. The black foil ones have like this vanilla aftertaste to it. Not like strong vanilla, just a little bit of vanilla aftertaste to it. Like a little darker lager. Oh, it's so good.
Is it really?
Oh, it's so good. I had it while I was sitting on the beach right before I went and got a massage. Oh, it was so good.
I wonder how that would taste in a Corona.
What?
A little vanilla.
Vanilla? I feel like it would taste like French vanilla piss.
I mean, what I've seen was when people put amaretto into the beer and then they mix it up and it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That's just the liquor itself, but like they should do that with beers, like with flavors. Don't you think?
So do you know what they do with a Corona? That's
What?
really cool.
What?
Put Bacardi Limon in it
For Corona, or are you saying like as an extra?
as an extra. Like I used to bartend down the shore, and that was a drink. It's called a loaded Corona. You take the Corona.
That's with anything in it though.
What?
You can technically call a loaded Corona for anything that you just insert into the beer itself.
Yes,
but
yes,
that's what you
but
call it.
that's what we called it there. Yeah. So just like add about a shot of Bacardi Limon into it, and put the lime on top. Oh,
Does it matter what
kicks it up.
flavor?
No, but lemon is kind of the citrus flavored.
That's what I'm asking. I don't
just
know
like
what
it-
limon is.
If you put if you put in like a lime in it, you want to
Okay.
stay kind of citrusy with it. I mean, I'm sure if you did raspberry or something like that, it would taste good, but it's different. It hits different. Definitely have 2 of those, and you're like, whoa, whoa.
Watch out.
But
I
yeah.
feel that about. I mean, I had it. I made a nothing with beer last night. I made a amaretto sour.
Yeah,
So good, man.
so good.
So good. I literally said to my dad, I'm like, if I ask this at the bar, they're gonna ask me, hey, where's your gray hair, man?
Yeah.
Like that's not a drink that you get in your 20s. Like
No,
maybe you make yourself.
it's good to experiment though.
Yeah.
So bartending, I went and I got my license.
Yeah.
And when I got my license, I learned drinks I never thought I would ever learn before.
I've considered getting my license for it because like I love Bar Rescue the show. Do you know it?
Yeah.
John Taffer is a fucking genius. and
Genius.
I know that some of it is just for like show and everything. Like I looked it up. Like some of the yelling is like not all there,
Yeah.
but he is himself on it. Like he might have to exaggerate a good situation to make it look bad, but bartending, like I get it. Me saying I can run a bar, I can't. But it's just so fun to even think about it.
So just let you know too. I guess we'll keep a weekly update here for me, but I'm doing dry January.
That's good though. I give you props for it. I used to do that for November for personal reasons.
I personally can say that I drank a lot last year, and I did the math, just because I work weird like that.
Yeah.
I drank at least 4 times a week last year, and
I believe that.
and there's 52 weeks in a year, right?
Yeah.
So what's 4 times 52? 208.
Yeah.
That's 208 out of 365 days
Times
that I was
what, 6
drinking.
drinks every time?
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Would you say it's about like you never just have 1 or 2? It's always 3, 4.
No, I could sit down and have one.
But do you? I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
but most of the time I was going out to have a good time.
So you know, Two Bears One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
Yes.
Bert Kreischer just went 85 days sober, and people were already telling him like he's not as red in the face. I mean, granted, he probably drinks more than both of us combined,
Mm-hmm.
on a daily basis. But he, because he was classifying himself, he's like, I'm not an alcoholic. I just enjoy to party. And Tom's like, well, how do you tell the difference? He's like, well, when you are drinking and no one's still there, you're an alcoholic. But when you stop drinking, when the party's over, you just want a good time.
Yeah.
But he would always have a good time. So it kind of contradicted what he wanted. But he stopped drinking and he lost about 45 pounds
That's awesome.
in the span of those 3 months. Eating healthier, working out to his extent. But I think like you're going to see a difference. Like I think you mentioned that to me. Like you want to like try to lose more weight or anything
Mhm.
like that. You're going to see it. I saw it when I did it.
My goal is to be 185 in 5 months. And I want to be scary.
I would never be 185 ever again. I had hopes, and then once I eclipsed, I think 210. I think I lost that. I think that's just unhealthy for me at this point. I'd literally have to be starving myself. But you know, it is what it is. Like your body changes, and like that's why like our baseball coach went up to us and it's like, man, I wish you were this size when you played for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't go back to that size ever again.
I'm sorry.
But we actually had I wanted to like take part from us talking real quick because some people did reach out and give some ideas of what they wanted to hear and just curious what we would say and also what the general public would be.
Yeah.
Now I'll disclose all the names. There will be anonymous, but I'll call this guy the Dustmeister.
Anonymous?
Don't start this again.
Anonymous, you said?
Anyways, Dustmeister, I'll call him, asked a couple questions, and he actually had some really good ones. The first one is if you what's it called? If you had $1 million budget and guaranteed no consequences, what is the best prank you could pull off?
$1 million budget.
$1 million, no consequences.
So I've seen a lot of pranks like the goo prank where they fill someone's backyard with goo where they just pour that shit into it.
I think you need to
I've
start like
seen
what
other-
you want to accomplish from this.
what I want to accomplish. Who would you want to prank is the thing.
Yeah, so probably figure out who you want to prank first. If I have $1 million, I mean, would you just do random strangers or would you do people that you know and care about?
And is it one prank or can I do multiple pranks?
No, one prank, unlimited budget, up to like $1 million. Like Mr. Beast, he uses $10 million to do YouTube videos. So
Yeah.
think of it like that grand scale.
Okay.
Like something like you can just rent and buy whatever you want. I don't know what I would do, but I know I wouldn't do it to strangers just because I personally you just don't know how they're going to react, and I don't wish that on anybody. I'm a nice guy in that sense, but I would definitely do it. I would get all my friends together for like a birthday party or something like that, something where they would have to be there, and then just pull something out of my fucking ass.
Like
about
set up a murder mystery type thing? Prank? Get a bunch
No,
of people
but
in on it?
What if I faked my own death? Like, and had video proof of this, and you know, got videography, the professionals to literally look like I got hit by a car off a bridge, my body's gone, and everyone has to come see me in the hospital instead of going to a birthday party. And then
I don't know.
boop, and then I come out of the casket days later.
There's a lot of pranks out there. What kind of prank category would you want to go for? Would you want to go for just like fun and playful, like
I want
gonna-
to scar them.
Gonna be a lot to clean up, or you want to scar somebody?
I
with
want
it?
to scar somebody.
Okay.
I want them to be mad, think about it and be like, you know what, that was really good. And some people might laugh, some people may not.
Yeah.
The ones that really care, they probably won't laugh.
Yeah.
Like, why you do that? But you know what? Why not? I say that though because people who were with me in college, my April Fool's Day prank was terrible
Why?
because everyone was gone. Everyone goes home for the weekend for college, and what I did was I went into their room because you can have access. It was split by a bathroom. I moved all their shit. I basically flipped our suite, our neighbor's suite room. So like bed here, bed there, chairs flipped upside down. I got a plastic bag of potato chips. I put their toothbrushes and their like colognes, detergent shit, and I froze it in a bag and put it in the freezer, so they couldn't use it for a couple days. I put a tub of their clothes on top of the toilet, clean. It was closed. I wasn't that dirty. And then on the mirror in the bathroom, I said April Fools. And then for my buddy, who was about half my size, I just hid all his clothes in a box somewhere, and he couldn't find it.
Really?
And I flipped his bag vertical, and he's so small he couldn't get it down by himself.
That's
So-
messed up.
the one guy did not like me. I'm not friends with him anymore. Not because of that, because of other things, but pretty much he calls me when he gets back and he's like, Jake, you have 5 freaking minutes to get here, or unless I'm tearing your crap up. You're not gonna have a TV. You're not gonna have any clothing. It's all gonna be in the trash. So I ran back because I knew he was serious.
Oh yeah.
That was probably the best prank I ever had, but that was for an actual reason, an actual day. So I don't what about a parachute prank?
What kind of parachute prank?
You rent a plane. Hear me on this. A jet. The jet misfires. It's going down. Everyone has to evacuate. But for some reason, no one can find a parachute. So
Yo, that would be ridiculous.
you're like, everyone's like, the pilot goes and thinks, hey, we're going down. We don't have a parachute, but there's somewhere in this plane. You have to find it. They never find it because there's never, and the guy pulls up last second.
dude,
That would be a great prank.
that would be a
Because
terrible prank.
that would be
shit my
awesome.
pants. I would. Even if I knew.
I know that because that's my biggest fear. That's why I know it's such a good thing.
Yeah. If you ever did that to me, I'd kill you.
I'd kill myself.
Yeah. There'd be fighting words in there, definitely.
What would you do?
So I would do one of those like $1 million mansion things where you buy somebody a house
Okay.
and you prank them just like, yeah, no,
What do you mean?
it's not your house. Set up like a whole
So
like
whose house is
reality
it?
TV show thing. Be like, and just want to let you know, here's the keys to some place, and you just rent the house out for a day, and you go there and you try and set everything up, and then they're like, okay, this is your house, this is yours, you can have it, and all of a sudden someone comes out like, psych.
And then the next day they say, hey, why are you in my house?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Give them like a little like,
You don't need $1 million for that though.
no,
You gotta go big or go home.
I'm not good at pranking people.
You're a nice guy. That's why.
I am.
Fair enough. Hopefully Dustmeister, that answers your question. But if you guys have a better prank, let us know. I'll do it to him. Just DM me instead.
Yeah, no, don't do
Um,
that.
But he had another one, which was why does food? This one's okay. Why does food sometimes taste better hot or cold? Yeah. Why does it taste better whether it's either hot or cold? But the first thing I think of is pizza.
Yeah,
Pizza you can serve both ways, and it would be pretty much good.
pizza straight out of the oven, amazing. Pizza, cold pizza,
3 in the morning?
right when you wake up. Oh, it's
The best thing in the world.
slaps.
Yeah.
So I think it's all situational in that point. How hungry you are,
What have you been doing?
what you've been doing, and kind of just like the overall ambiance of the situation. Sometimes at night you're lazy and you don't want to do anything, so you're like, I'm not gonna put this in the toaster oven.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat it like this, and just like that satisfies the urge. And it's perfect. But then what about this? Some foods you can't have like that. Like I had My dad made beef stew the other day.
Okay.
Beef stew. It's nice and warm. Delicious.
I wouldn't eat that cold.
You can't. It coagulates.
So what else can you have cold and hot?
Hot pudding, cold pudding,
Sandwiches.
sandwich, paninis.
That's a sandwich. Here we go. Do you want me to bring it up again?
No.
Smoothies.
What about
Smoothies.
What about
Yeah,
what
Smooth- smoothies.
you have hot smoothie?
Warm, room temperature. Like we just went to Smoothie King, right?
Mm-hmm.
You leave it out for 30 minutes, go back to it. You take a sip. It's warm.
It was perfect.
I'm not saying it's hot.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that today.
Yeah, it's cold.
I drank half of it cold, and then I took a shower and did some stuff. And I
Same.
came back and I drank the other half.
It was warm,
It wasn't warm, but it
but
was.
it was warm.
And I just killed it.
Yeah.
It was good.
But I think that can classify as both, maybe.
What about? Have you ever seen the movie Rookie of the Year?
Yes, of course.
He's like, hot ice. I got a new thing. Hot ice.
It sounds stupid, but
Yeah,
it's
so
true
funny. So funny.
though. I gotta think we'll just sell hot.
Yep. No. He's like, this new thing is gonna help you because he's talking about his arm. He's like, I got it. Hot ice. The best of both worlds.
Icy Hot was born.
Yep.
He had to be on
Henry
something.
Rosenberger. Garden hoser, you're up. He
That's
gets stuck between the doors. Little help. Little help now.
I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, you do. It's such a good movie.
Oh man. That's not much you can do with hot and cold, but I guess that's the main. I mean, yeah, that's.
Hot and cold. What else? What else? What
His
else?
question is why.
Steak.
I don't know
Why what? Why what?
why does it taste good for both? I don't know. It's one of those like wonders of the world that like you just stumbled upon, and someone's like, you know what, this ain't half bad when you don't even cook it.
I think again it's situational. Why does it taste good hot or cold? Because like if you say you have a late lunch and you go out to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I'm gonna eat because I'm out with people eating.
Yeah.
And it tastes great because it just came out hot.
And then
then
when you can't finish it later.
Yeah. Then situationally, later at night, you're starving. You're like, dude, or the next day, you have it in your refrigerator and you're keeping it as leftover. Next day, you're like, dude, I haven't eaten since 3 o'clock and it's now like 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna slam a piece of pizza. You know what? I don't want to put it in a toaster. I'm just gonna eat it cold. It's kind of has to do with like all situational. If you're in the mood for it, you could just slam it.
This might be way off. Eggs. You cook them, they're hot.
Hard-boiled eggs are great.
You
Hard-boiled
can
eggs.
have them cold.
Hard-boiled eggs. You
Yeah.
take and you put them in the refrigerator afterwards, and you save them for a few days.
Is the egg before you open it count as a cold egg or anything like that?
No, because eggs, actually
because you keep them in the fridge
Yes. Did you know that if you take an egg out of a chicken hatches the egg,
Yeah.
it can stay like good for like
until human contact.
no, it could stay good for a few days.
You mean chick wise? Like there's an actual animal in it?
No.
Or oh, you're just talking about like actually
Yeah, just
storing it.
take it away and store it.
Oh.
You could store it out.
I
in
thought
the
you were talking
open.
about like you can have a chicken in your hands in days if you
No.
because once you actually touch the egg itself, the what's it called? The connection between the mother, the chicken, and the egg itself is gone. Yeah, it actually has to be non-touched by human hands.
So, with that being said,
think it's 'cause of the heat.
once you put it in the refrigerator, it has to stay refrigerated
Okay.
because it goes bad. But the eggs can stay out for a while
Okay.
and not go bad. But with what you're saying, yes, eggs apply to this because you can eat an omelet just like, it's nice and hot. But then you can also eat a hard-boiled egg.
You could. Okay.
What about French fries?
French fries are the best thing. French fries and pizza go hand in hand.
What about cold French fries?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either, but I hate
It's
when
gotta
it
be
tastes
salt.
starchy.
It's gotta be salty.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right. I think we hit every food topic possible. There was one other one that he asked. He had a lot. He said, "Do men's bath?" I actually like this one. Do men's bathrooms actually need both sinks and urinals? Couldn't they just use the one? Technically speaking. How gross do we want to be right now? I mean, no, not gross. This is the reality of it. There's every time you go to a sports game, you see a guy pissing in the sink because their stalls are filled. You wash your hands in it either way because it's cleaning yourself, right?
So I don't know how you would go about doing this. Would you just have a urinal, or would you just have a sink?
Well, this
Because remember where'd you go to elementary school?
first of all,
Okay, I did too.
it was the ground one.
It's the one that goes all the way to the ground, and
they would change
the
it.
things up here, change it to like a spout that comes out, and it hits the backboard and washes everything down. But the spout that comes out is dropping the water down, so you just
So you're saying that's the best one because you don't really have to come in contact with where you're aiming.
yeah.
I was going to ask that because
Because
like,
the smaller urinals, it comes out against the back of it, comes out out the back of the urinal and goes down, and it's touching the glass. And you know when you go, you sprinkle a little bit
you sprinkle everywhere.
Everywhere.
Do you know like if I wish someone had a camera infrared of like when you sneeze
Mhm.
a lot. I guarantee when you go to the bathroom, you're probably tasting your own piss without even knowing about it. Dude, I know it's not something that you want to hear, but every guy that goes to
I could see it sprinkling off.
every guy that goes to the bathroom can feel a touch on their hands, which is why they tell you to wash your hands. It always goes on your feet, always goes on your pants. You're just covered in it. It's the most dirtiest way to go to the bathroom, technically speaking. But going to the top, it's like either do you want to piss where you wash or do you want to wash where you piss? That's what he's asking.
Yeah,
That's
so
what you got to debate.
so in a sink, I feel like would be good, but the sink would have to be like hip level for everyone, you know, that level, so you don't have to get a freaking step
That's
stool to get up
hard-
there, right?
I disagree with it. I just like I know how dirty it is. Would even with your idea with the ground urinal, dude, I can't. You don't know who wants to aim up one time.
True.
Like, and again, for every girl that's confused and like, oh, why would you combine them? It's because like you can aim at the ground if you really wanted to. There's certain angles. It's about what you want people to see. But I wouldn't combine them.
What about the Instagram post I saw recently where it's a toilet, like a regular toilet,
Yeah.
and it had a grid, and it had
Grid?
a grid over top of it, and it was
It's like
like
playing tic tac toe
no,
or something.
and it was like, boys, where do you aim?
it was. Oh yeah. It was
In the middle, as if you want everybody to know you're there.
the back, the straight back.
Straight back was, I don't know, but like you have the sides to be like kind of stealthy about it, you know, just like I don't want people to hear really that much. And then
Why does it matter if they hear you?
and then the grid was like off the toilet too, and somebody put like the spot for the grid. They're like, this is 3 o'clock after a long night at the bar. That's where I aim by accident, but
I've had my fair share of misses, the sinks and showers.
what about showers? Do you go to the bathroom and shower?
Every time.
Mhm.
I
Almost every time. It's like
it's automatic for me.
it's not. I feel like it's not natural, but like you know how they say with like when you hear running water,
Yeah,
sometimes you have to go to
exactly.
the bathroom.
Yep.
It's just like, and you're already there. It's all washing down. So
It doesn't matter if I go before. I still have to go.
Yeah.
Granted, I'll try to balance it out so that way I don't just
Ah,
make it my toilet. But
the
I
wor-
will.
I have had to go.
Yeah.
And just like shut the shower off. You know, I hate grabbing my towel to get out of the shower, using it just to dry,
do you mean?
just to dry off just a little bit, to do whatever I need to do, and then getting back in the shower, coming out, and having a wet towel. Just
Wait,
kinda
what? Hold
dry
on,
my-
hold on, hold
You know,
on,
you know,
hold on.
like
What the hell is your process getting out of the shower?
Well, no. Every time I get out of the shower, I grab my towel. Yes, but I'm talking about like if I all of a sudden I'm in the shower and it feels great and I gotta take a shit. I'm not shitting in the shower, so I run to the bathroom.
Oh,
I go to the bathroom, but I need to dry off a little bit before I go, or else I'm slipping inside and everywhere. Or
you're making
like,
the fatal
sitting
mistake
on the-
not going before.
yes, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is like I hate using a towel to dry myself off after I get out of the shower the last time. Like when I'm done the shower, that's already wet a little bit.
Yes,
It just like
I run into the same issue when I have to wash my hair in the morning to get it done,
mm-hmm.
and then if I'm back home within an hour or so, I have to take another shower. Then it's like, I
Yep.
don't want to put my head there. I don't know, and you got the smell to it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just like
I don't know if
it's
we
more,
talked
it's
about
more,
this topic before, but along the lines of the topic is, does it matter what end of the towel you use?
it does. I am very persistent on this idea of
How do you know what side of the towel you use?
the
Though?
tag.
Yeah?
The tag is my marker. So I don't know, like for my bedding, for pillows, like I don't want to be near the tag. I don't know. It's just like you don't want to be something scratching against you. So I always put it at the end. At foot of the bed, the tags for the end of me, and the rest is for my upper body. So that way I'm not rubbing my face in my own ass or my own balls. Like
What about when you put it around your waist?
I don't.
You don't?
I bring underwear and I put my underwear on and then I walk around.
Okay.
It comforts my own home, of
Yeah.
course. If I were somewhere else, same thing though. Tag, and then upper body would be on the outside. I wouldn't mesh the two.
Okay.
And like, yeah,
I just
I don't think
hope-
anyone thinks that deeply into
I
it.
just hope and pray.
Do you?
I mean,
I think everyone does
try
that.
I try and keep it away, but like, dude, I mean, how many times do you use the same towel?
All the time.
You haven't
Like my
washed that
shower.
towel? Yeah.
I've washed it
Okay.
like once a week,
How many times? Once a week?
probably. If I can, yeah, once a week, maybe every 2
I
weeks.
usually use like 2 towels a week.
What's an adequate time to wash a towel or your bed sheets?
Well, if you look, towels are one of the most disgusting things because it just sits there and dries.
Yeah.
Gets wet, dries. Gets wet, dries. And when you clean yourself in the shower, you're not fully clean until you wipe everything off with that towel. And like when you do dishes, like you run water over everything and you scrub it with soap, you can still see stuff there. But then when you take a towel to it and wipe it off, it's gone. So you still have stuff on your body when you get out of the shower.
Yeah, the whole point is just to dry yourself off by the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else thinks that deep into it. But like
No.
every time I go to a house, I think they give me a towel. I'm like, all right, what part? Like I'm looking for a stain.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. You can tell. Like a towel is supposed to be clean when you're done with it. When it's not, you know you didn't do it. You just suck at showers.
Yeah.
Like if you're like that's a new low
When's the last time you took a bath?
in Mexico. If you count, I had these power jets
Jacuzzi.
or yeah, something like that. So that's technically my bath. But before that, Mexico.
So, I worked out really hard like a month ago,
Okay.
and Epsom salt baths are awesome for your muscles.
I've heard about that.
And I have one of those jacuzzi tubs. I don't take baths often, but came home and I was super sore day after, and I was just like, I need to just relax right now. So I went upstairs and drew a nice Epsom salt bath for myself.
Sometimes you need one.
Put the jets on.
I don't have a good tub. I'm too big for my tub.
Yeah.
We're getting. I think we're getting a new one soon, but I just prefer a shower. It's so much better for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I need to lay down, I'll go to my bed. But so.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope that we didn't get too far off the topic, but
But I think that answers this question now. Long story short, wouldn't combine the two, but
just for cleanliness purposes.
Mr. Blaine did ask us a question, and this kind of goes back to our childhood. He was talking about the movie Cars, and he's like, how, like, they show you when Lightning McQueen, you know, how he won the first Piston Cup, and then he goes in this World Grand Prix, and then he ends up being this legend by the end of it. That someone did the math, and he's like, how did he won 7 Piston Cups in 9 years, and he's saying, how did he do that? Or like that's it, like would he be considered the GOAT of racing, or in Disney for what he's
I
accomplished?
feel like you'd be considered a goat of a lot of things. That's a big
Right?
accomplishment.
7 out of 9 years.
I mean, what's like a peak for somebody? What, winning 2 or 3 championships in a row, maybe?
yeah, in real life, yeah.
Yeah. So 7, 9 years. That's pretty good.
So what 2 years did he not win?
I don't know. You tell me.
He didn't win the first year.
Oh no, he did not.
He did not win the
year.
first year. So
I feel like Toe Mater really changed his life.
you think so?
Yeah,
Why you say that?
just because he was his pal.
He
He was there
is.
for him. He wasn't there from the beginning. Then he was there for him.
Here's a good question. Do you think he would have been just as successful if he never met his new family?
No. No, I don't think
coaching
so.
with Doc?
Because yeah, exactly. No, because
In order to go right, in order to go left, you needed to go right. That was his philosophy.
was it?
If you find yourself going hard enough left, you'll. If you're going hard left, you'll find yourself going right.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, when he's going around a dirt track trying to figure out how to make a certain turn, he needs to cut it hard left, and then as his back end's coming around, he needs to go back right.
Ah, yes.
Don't say yes like you understand.
No. I understand
Do you?
because I know how to
Okay.
drift.
Yes.
Besides that.
Sorry, drifting. Yeah, I should have just said that.
Yeah.
But that's how he explained it to me.
Okay. I don't think he would have been as successful. Just like a lot of people in life, like you're only as good as the company you keep. You're judged by the company you keep. Like you learn from other people and other things. Like you don't get to a certain spot all by yourself. You get somewhere all by yourself. But if you're trying to strive for greatness, there's other people that have to help you.
You need the connections.
You need the connections. You need the teaching. You need the discipline, and that comes from a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have it, but it's really hard to do stuff like that on your own. Like, how do you get the car? Are you gonna be if you're gonna be a racer? I'm not saying like he is a car. Lightning McQueen is the car.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
But how do you get that car? If you're like a racer in real life, like people build that car for you, so you can't get anywhere in life without other people helping you, in some sort of way. If you're gonna get to that GOAT spot,
but he was built for racing.
he was.
So, like, how do you upgrade yourself if you're built for that? It's either
It's the little those little tow truck things. They came over with the little forklift.
Did you call them
those little
tow truck things?
tow truck things?
They're
the forklift guys.
yeah.
They were fun. They were funny. What were their names?
Well, the one guy was
Giuseppe?
Guido, and then the other one was Luigi.
Yes.
Guido, was it Guido and Luigi? I think so. I don't know. I might be misquoting him, but that was a fantastic movie. Honestly,
Fantastic movie.
I
Did you
loved
see
it.
2?
Huh?
They came out with a 2, right?
And 3.
Yeah, and 3. I didn't see 3. I know I saw 2.
3 is really good.
Is it?
I won't spoil it for you. But then again, you've never watched any movies I've talked about, so
I don't watch movies much.
Dude. We've talked about this. Interstellar would blow your mind. You would come back to me with an hour of content, and you refuse to do it.
I guess that's the
Wait,
next
hold on,
movie I'm
hold on.
watching.
You say you don't like movies.
I just
How
watched
many-
Joker. I know.
How many times? Yeah. First of all, you just watched Joker, and how many times have you said with you and M that you are going to watch a movie? You've told me at least 4 times in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, but then we start a movie and she falls asleep, and then I'm just like, and then
cool.
I fall asleep.
Enjoy it,
Then I fall asleep.
or pick it up from another point.
Candy Cane Lane. Didn't like it.
The hell's Candy Cane Lane?
It's like a new spin-off on a movie with
Candyland?
no, what's his face?
Barbie?
No, I'm trying to think
Oh,
of
Willy Wonka?
no.
Wonka.
No.
Wonka was a good movie.
The new one?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's just gives you a backstory where he came from.
Came out in 2023. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy stars in it. Jillian Bell played Pepper. She was all right. But she was all right. It was a lackluster movie in my opinion.
More people need to watch Eddie Murphy, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie that's out there. It's called Switch Places. It's like it deals with him being a bum, and then Dan Aykroyd is in the other part, and they switch places from being rich and poor, and it's amazing, and it's through a bet. If anyone hasn't watched it, I would highly suggest it because it's just funny. It's Eddie Murphy, but the way they collab with each other and figure out like what the hell's going on, it's just perfect. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Switching Places. Look it up.
No, never seen it.
Anything
Who's
Eddie
your favorite actor?
Who's my favorite actor? I guess Adam Sandler. Or no, Adam Sandler, Denzel Washington, and
I was gonna say Adam Sandler. So.
who
My
else was
top
there?
favorite.
There should be one more. I can't think of it right now. Um, I guess I would do Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's good too.
He's a
Yeah.
great one.
Yeah.
So, I don't like any of the new actors. Oh, you know who did a good who did Steve Jobs? Who did Steve Jobs movie? Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
He is a really good actor. He did that. He did Friends with Benefits. 70s Show. He was in. He's a great actor.
He is. He's a good actor.
He plays Steve Jobs in that movie. Fantastic. Every little thing, the way the guy walked, his little fidgets, the way he acted around people, to a T, to a T. Talk about acting. That's a guy to get coached from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Plus, his wife is pretty hot too. So you get what you get with the work.
Yeah. You put in the work, you get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Models date models.
Maybe.
In some cases,
In most cases.
that would be a fear of mine. If I'm being honest, speaking out loud here, like in Wolf of Wall Street, where he becomes this big broker and then he ends up cheating his wife with what's her name, Barbara Roberts. Am I saying that right?
I watched Wolf of Wall Street. I just don't know what you're talking about, or the person you're talking about.
It's the person I'm talking about. Hold on, I got it right here. Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
The one that
Yo, Margot Robbie. I want to watch Suicide Squad. I've never watched Suicide Squad I've
never seen that either.
No.
I'm not watching Barbie.
No.
But
She is just ridiculous.
do you know the part of the movie I'm talking about?
Like
though?
ridiculously awesome.
Like where he has this curly black haired chick that they married before he got rich, and then he got rich and then started fooling around with her and then got a divorce. My fear is that if I were to ever become like that big of a person, that fame would get in the way.
Well, that's another question. Like along with like the $1 million to do a prank thing. What amount of money? And I know it changes with inflation and everything like that. But what amount of money is like the amount you get to where like you just throw money at things to solve your problems, and you're not content with like normal things? Like we strive every day to work and do everything that we do, but all of a sudden, like something comes along we don't have money for, we get stressed out, stuff like that. Like they have so much money that they can take care of whatever they need.
They do.
They just like throw money at it. It's like, or somebody take care of this for me.
Wave at your cousin
I'll
real quick.
throw money. I'll throw money at you. But it's like what at what point do you think it's like that you have enough money? Like, and
There isn't a number.
And do they become desensitized? Like, do you become desensitized to situations and to where?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right.
100%.
You got to become desensitized to
my-
like.
It makes you. First of all, it just makes you numb to everything around you, and depending on how much you have, you don't even think twice about certain things.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, you want to buy $1 million house? Go ahead.
Not even that. Just like stories people tell you. Just like desensitized like struggles that other people may have in the world. It's a little different. But like I don't know if there is an exact number, but I know that some rich people out there just I don't know. We were talking about this at work the other day. Just like there has to be some situation. I mean, there are situations out there where just like they just have so much money, just throw money at anything. Just like they change as a person. Oh, it was talking about the whole thing that just dropped, the Epstein's Island, the Epstein trial.
I saw something about that. I didn't look into it.
Stephen Hawking's dude.
What about him?
He was involved in it. He was involved in
The smartest man in the world. What did he do?
Just he was involved in it. I didn't dig that much
what's
into
it
the
called again?
trials. Epstein's case files from court.
Epstein Island.
Yeah, Epstein's Island. So a bunch of rich people got together, and they bought this island. That's where Jeffrey, I think his name is Epstein. He ended up meeting a bunch of millionaires there, and they all had like pedophilia and shit
So
like that with like underage girls and all these things, and they invited a bunch of them to the island and they did things, and there's a bunch of people involved. Like I heard like And the thing I saw, like Michael Jackson was involved.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking's was, but I don't know what their involvement was.
So this is what it says. They call it the pedophile island.
Yep.
And what is the truth about Little St. James, the 75-acre paradise in the U.S. Virgin Islands, is that the sex abuser Jeffrey Epstein once called home. On this island, complaint says Epstein and his associates could avoid detection of their illegal activity and federal law enforcement and prevent these young women and underage girls from leaving freely and escaping their abuse. Wow. So they held him.
Yep.
And it says the island featured in Maxwell's sex trafficking trial in December. She was convicted of sex trafficking charges and was sentenced to 20 years and $750,000 fine. Finally,
dude,
in May,
it was ridiculous. I read a little bit about all the cases that came out. So what happened was, this was back in 2017 at those trials. I think 2017.
Yeah.
That those trials actually ended, and they had a
first one was in 2010.
They had a litigation in progress, where they weren't allowed to open, or they weren't allowed to share these case studies or the files from the court until January 1st, 2024.
Jesus.
So they just came out recently, and everybody's reading all these things about them. There's like 350 different things.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
And so this has been going on for years, and now it's bringing back. So what's Stephen Hawking doing?
I just know
he can't move.
I just know that he was at the island, and knew about what was going on.
So he's just more of a.
I knew he had an involvement of being there, because this was like a big party island too. A bunch of millionaires went there to party with Jeffrey Epstein, and this is their little getaway for like a weekend. Doesn't
Steve Hawking eat and drink through a tube though?
Yeah, but
so what the hell is he gonna do on an island filled with women that are underage?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee he hasn't had feeling down there in years. I don't know. I don't even know how he was born like that or not, but like that guy, really?
Mm-hmm. I saw some things about it. Yeah, Stephen Hawking, dude.
I don't think he's gonna get charged with anything.
No,
he's smart enough to understand, like, if he had no involvement, he's more of a bystander, which is still something, I guess.
Guilty by association.
Yeah,
but
he never did anything.
No.
So, would you count that as just as being guilty as doing something?
Well, it's just kind of like if you saw a really bad accident, would you get out to help the people out of the car, or would you just drive right by it?
I would. But it also depends what's happening in my life. If I'm on an emergency route myself, if I'm going to work, depends. Like, if there was a car accident and I knew somebody was at 5 miles down the road and something just happened in front of me, I don't know, I got to respond to the first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. But then the same thing, like, if you were there and you see all these things happening, you know this guy's got money. You know that.
So do you think he could go to jail for just funding the operation then? So now you're getting a tough subject to the point where it's like, all right, he's not just an innocent bystander, just like, hey, I was invited to this, I went, now I know what it is, I'm leaving.
No, I donated to it or whatever,
But does it matter if he didn't know what he was donating to prior? Like, let's say he gave $10 million and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this a paradise for tourists. All of a sudden he goes down and finds out there's just a bunch of rich people and some women, but he doesn't check the women and then finds out this after. Do you blame the guy?
It's hard to blame the guy if that's the correct situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
how likely is that to be the situation?
That's why there's certain people out there that are judges, because like they're able to take a step back and think about all aspects of the whole thing and try and make it as fair and as just as possible.
It's proof, because you need proof for the other side. Like
how do you know that he didn't know that was going to be the thing?
It's all about the timing. So like I guess it can go down to like as specific as like when the girls came to the island or when everything was set up, when the plane tickets were bought, when everything was reserved, and then you can kind of just from that connect the dots. Like, all right, well, if he transferred the money after all this, he knew something.
Mhm.
But if it was before and he was funding the trip, you can't really point fingers at the guy yet.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing tangible that says like he was responsible for this. He might have been told one thing and then another thing went through his other ear. Like you don't know that.
Yeah, Epstein was a crazy fella.
Where's the Virgin Islands, anyways? Near
Somewhere
Puerto Rico,
off the bottom of yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Off the bottom of Florida,
Okay.
in that little trail there. Have you been to Key West before?
No, but I've had friends go and they've had a great time.
Yep.
I don't go one because of my business trip. Usually take that's my trip. I should go though.
You want to go? When you go, I go.
They already asked me, or asked the group.
When you go, I go.
Summer.
When you go, I go.
Okay. Probably be in June. I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to Key West though.
Do you know why?
Why?
The time of your life.
Yeah.
You go down there. You got to bring $1,000 for fishing.
I'm not fishing.
You got to go. You got to go fishing one day.
I'm not fishing.
You got to go fishing one
I
day.
don't want to fish.
Dude, it's beautiful.
I know you like fishing. I've tried fishing with you. What? You want to talk about what happened last time I went fishing with you?
Bro,
I got sick. I
it's-
caught one fish
it's-
and I slept.
It's different down there.
I know it's paradise, but I don't have the patience to reel the string, put it back, do it again. It's just not
It's-
exciting to
It's
me,
different down there.
dude. I
Do you know what you
rather
do down there? Do you know what you do down there? You get on the back of the boat, put some sunscreen on, right? You sit there, crack a cold one with me, and the mates do all the work. And all of a sudden they hook up a fish, and you get up, and you reel that sucker and big sucker. And then you get done, you little, and then little, and you have lunch, and you just relax. And then when you're done, you get off the boat, you go home, you shower up, you talk about the big ass fish you just caught, and then you go to Duval Street. Duval Street is a giant strip, dude, where it's just bar after bar after bar after bar after bar.
everything you said was great except for the fishing part.
All right, well that's cool. Well then,
Look, if you want to fish on the boat, you can fish.
All right, cool.
I am not going to grab a rod. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it.
you know what? When I went down there, I won a rod.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I
How-
brought it back.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Did it break?
No.
Is it an actual good rod?
It's alright.
I'm asking like I know what rods are.
Yeah, true.
So I wouldn't know what
It
exactly.
was like one of those raffles. It was really cool. We went down there
I'll go cliff diving
Scuba-
or scuba diving.
scuba diving. That'd be cool.
Or cave diving. I'll do that. That's
uh,
exciting.
Yeah, it's really
Maybe
cool.
not
They
cliff
have a bunch of different things down there.
I
It's awesome.
I don't know if I would do cliff diving. That's
And this
see
one,
heights are my fear.
in this one bar, they have this really, really fun thing. But I'll tell you off there. That's pretty crazy. Where are we at? Where are we looking? Doing pretty good.
Got
Doing pretty good on time.
52.
All right. We done?
I don't know. Are we?
See if there's anything else.
I got nothing else in my head. No one.
Oh,
Everyone
last
just give it-
point.
yeah.
I want to bring up. Do you
Okay.
like the design of the Amazon trucks, the new Amazon trucks?
What do you mean? I've seen the same trucks.
The ass end of it, the giant brake
The-
light
the
that
big-
goes,
oh, the
that
big
goes
brake
around
light.
the whole bottom
That's
of it.
isn't that all electric?
I think they're hybrids.
The hybrids of some sort, right?
Yeah,
They're not regular vans.
they're basically regular vans, just hybrids.
What's the difference? Just the brake light?
I just think they look ugly, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong.
What do you mean they're ugly? They're just more modern.
Yeah, more modern, but why does the brake light have to wrap from the bottom of the right side
So you can fucking
all
see.
the way up and over into the left side?
So you don't crash.
Most people don't use blinkers anyway.
Is there a blinker?
The blinker lights up the whole freaking right side and the whole
Yeah.
freaking left side.
So how are you gonna miss it?
Yeah, that is true.
Especially in the
No.
dark. Think about it. They're in the dark.
Dude, I see them drive past the house. If they just touch on the brake, it's like my whole room lights up red. It's like, whoa.
The worst part is when they have to back up somewhere and all you hear is beep, beep.
Yeah, but again, that's
They-
another like precautionary measure thing.
I know. UPS has the same exact thing. They
Mhm.
still have the old trucks though from 1980 something.
Yeah.
They have talking about UPS. They've never changed with the time. Everything I've worked there for a little bit in the warehouse. Everything's the same. Everything. And it
If
needs
it ain't
to
broke,
change.
don't fix it.
The system's fine. It's just I guarantee you walk into an Amazon warehouse, everything's tech savvy. So that's like another scam.
Yeah.
I know last time I talked about getting scammed by tequila, everyone gets scammed by car insurance. They charge you so much, and if you're like myself, who only been in one accident, which was a rear end,
So you
you don't
give
deal with
them
anything.
all this money, and then the moment you get into an accident, they freaking look through it like this, and they're like, "Oh, well, you can only use $10 here." Yeah, I'm sorry, you paid us $3,000 last year, but you know what? We're only going to cover $10. It's like
This is
ridiculous.
think of it like this: you go 20 years, no accidents, no nothing.
Sometimes people get off good though during the first year of their insurance, and then bam, they get into an accident, everything's covered.
But
It's
they-
like,
but then next time they get like their insurance goes up by a lot, depending on who's at fault. Like I got into a rear end accident, 2 cars involved. I was right in the middle, so I got pushed. None of it was my fault. I got a couple of dings in my bumper, never had to replace it. But I tried to get a certain policy. All they told me was like, since you don't have a clean record within a 5-year period, you can't get this. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, any type of ticket, any type of accident, anything, whether it was your fault or not, you're not allowed to get this. I'm like, well, why am I not allowed to get it if it wasn't my fault? They're like, it's just how we do things. I'm like, that makes 0 sense.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
If I go through an intersection, someone totals my car, I almost die, and then you tell me I can't protect myself by paying more.
Yeah, no.
Right?
A scam.
Every insurance is a scam. That'll be the topic for next week.
Yeah. And last but not least, we live in the Northeast and we've had snowstorms all around us, but not here. I want snow, dude.
So close.
I
It was
want
so close.
snow.
I knew it was gonna
a
come.
sheet of snow on the ground. There was like
Look what happened in New England today. Snow. A
Mhm.
lot of it.
a lot of it.
All that was supposed to be here, but we were right on the cusp of it.
Yep, and it went.
It was all snow in the morning and rain in the afternoon.
Mhm.
Bye bye.
Like it's like 33 degrees out and it's snowing, and then I looked at the weather. And it's like usually when it gets dark out, it's supposed to get colder. But it got dark out. It went from
It got
33 to
warmer.
43. I'm like, what's going on here?
I don't think we're ever gonna get another snowstorm here ever again. I think we have to move out to PA.
Yeah.
Just literally across the river. That's all it will take.
Yep.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
So,
With that being said,
but yeah, long time, long episode. Thank you for everyone hanging in, everyone for the comments and for the ideas. We always appreciate it. Like always,
like, comment, and subscribe.
to Intrusive Thoughts.
Intrusive
Um,
Thoughts Podcast. Please subscribe on YouTube. I know you probably just watch the clips, but please subscribe on YouTube. It really helps us out.
Spotify works if you don't even want to watch it. Play in your background. I know people do that, but Instagram, TikTok, continue to follow, keep up with us. Even if you want to be on it, or just give us ideas. But with that being said, as always, Aaron, appreciate you.
Peace, love, and happiness, brother.
I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win.